This is a dot. Did you know this dot has many stories? And today I will share 3. Three lessons learned: focus, clarity, and self-discovery. This is story number 1. Years ago, I was listening to Brother Bo Sanchez, my mentor in deepening my understanding of my Catholic faith. "What do you see?" he asked us.
A dot.
A black
Dot.
a small black
Black dot.
a black
Dot in the middle.
He then explained the concept of confirmatory bias. What is that? You see what you want to see. If we think life is hard and life sucks, most likely we end up focusing on the tiny black dot in the middle of a totally white canvas. I see that black dot. Life is full of problems. People are cruel and horrible. My relationships suck. I'm frustrated and so disappointed with how the world is. My finances, oh yeah, I was born poor. I'm going to die poor. My health is deteriorating. I'm full of bad luck. And so, because our focus is on the black dot, we have managed to make the dot bigger and bigger. We end up missing out on the big white canvas that holds the many things and blessings that we can appreciate and be thankful for. But on the other hand, if you think life is wonderful, your perspective changes. You'll focus on the tiny white dot on a totally black canvas. See that white dot? Life is beautiful and amazing. We may have our share of challenges, but our overall focus is on the things we are grateful for. Each day, I wake up expecting miracles to happen. I also expect the sun to rise, the day to be lovely, and my friends to be terrific. And most of the time, that's exactly how it happens. Bo. His story of the dot taught me this important lesson. Decide today to focus on your blessings. Are you ready for story number 2? A week ago, I participated in an online training, Own Your Future Challenge, organized by Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. It was a full-packed 5-day training that had plenty of golden nuggets to help you move forward in life. In order to own your future, Tony said, we need clarity. What is something you want to create or achieve in the next 6 to 12 months? Why is it important? What would it feel like if you achieved it? What beliefs, emotions, or behavior has gotten in the way of achieving it in the past? One of the things that gets in the way is our fears. The imposter syndrome? We may feel not good enough. We may think we do not have anything valuable to offer. And what's more, who would be even interested in our offer? Dean Graziosi then shared the story of the dot. There was a mother who had a baby suffering with eczema. She had been to many doctors, but nothing worked. And daunted, she went on to explore alternative and natural ways of healing. Her baby's condition finally improved. She now helps other mothers too. Now imagine this. Of the 7 billion people in the world, who are those that she can serve? She knows she wants to help the mothers, right? It's not just any mother, but mothers who have babies with eczema. And not only that, but she's looking to help mothers who have babies with eczema and want to use natural treatment. There, right there, is the power of the dot. While listening to Dean gave one example after another, I recalled that another word for that dot is called a niche. If you're starting out, it could feel overwhelming. But what Dean made me realize is that we don't have to be good at everything. You just need to pick a scene or a chapter in your life where you were able to go through a mess or a challenge and overcame it. You can then turn your mess into your message. Or you could also think of it this way. He said, what if you meet your 20-year-old self? What would you want to tell him or her? What advice would you give to help him go through life with what you know now? And more importantly, this story removed the fear of having to speak to a very large audience. It is okay to start small. It is very okay to focus on a small group of people whom you could help and serve. OMG, for someone who also recently closed our preschool and starting something new, this was truly a light bulb moment for me as well. And I love these words from Brother Bo. Your core gift has a target audience. Not everyone will like what you offer, but some will. Go serve that tribe. What's your dot? And here's story number 3. I was so excited about these dots that I found myself researching on other stories about dots. Behold, I saw a picture book, The Dot, by Peter H. Reynolds. In the story, a little girl named Vashti believed that she cannot draw. Looking at her blank paper, her art teacher encouraged her, just make a mark and see where it takes you. Vashti, who wanted to prove her point that she is no artist, grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There, she says. Her teacher looked at her paper carefully and told her to sign it. Well, maybe I can't draw, she thought, but I can sign my name, and so she did. The following week, Vashti was so surprised to see her dot framed in gold was hanging above the teacher's desk. Looking at her dot evoked something inside her. I can make a better dot than that, she thought. That was the beginning of Vashti's self-discovery. She opened her unused watercolor set and began painting and experimenting and painting some more. You know, this story softened the stubborn part of me that says, I can't, and I don't know how, where will I start? Maybe, just maybe, you needed to hear this too. And here's the message for us. Enjoy the journey to self-discovery, make your mark, and follow where it will lead you. If you enjoyed this Dotty Cutie inspiring stories, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Which of these dot stories struck a chord within you? Do share them in the comment section down below. Have fun with your dots and your journey to wholeness. Love and light from my heart space to yours.